Are we going? Fuck it. I'm a little late. I'm tired. I'm gonna keep the glasses on, make me look old. I need a better camera setup. Maybe that's what I should use my Christmas money on. Buy a better camera, get some YouTube lighting on here, some bullshit, right? And if I start to lose my breath, I'm telling you, man, I feel like the booger thing and the chest thing from COVID was one of the least problems. But man, after I got all those infusions when I was in the hospital, I feel like I've actually developed. I keep getting this like chest pain and randomly trouble breathing after all the fucking infusions. It's kind of weird, right? Like I worked out this morning. I was like, I'm okay. But man, it's just like fucking hitting me again. Anyway, what is this video about? Remember, if you like these videos, like, sub, silly, comment, share, support the channel, super chat, PayPal, Patreon, whatever. The audacity of the FGC on EPC. So, I made that video recently talking about cheating. What a great buzzword. Cheating. Cheating in video games, right? Macros, whatever, etc. So, what are some ways that people legitimately kind of, not that I don't think that is legitimate, I'm not saying that per se, but what are some ways that people actually kind of cheated when I went to tournaments in video games, right? Almost kind of collusion. And I would say that being friends with a tournament organizer or something like that to get better placings in tournaments or to delay matches, not have to play matches when you're supposed to, etc., right? And I think of a few instances, two that involve me. I guess three. They all kind of involved me because I was at the tournament and I witnessed them, but two directly involved me and one I saw, right? And what I mean is normally, you have a match you're supposed to. I feel like I'm running out of breath right now. Normally you have a match and you're supposed to play in the tournament, right? When it's your turn, right? I remember, I think it was one of the Evos, right? There was, I think he still plays. It's the more of a famous black dude, afro glasses, I think, from Europe or something like that. I think he was a Tekken guy. Maybe he plays some other games as well. I remember he was at Evo and he told them he had a migraine or something like that. And so they switched around Evo, literally, so he wouldn't have to play his matches anymore. And he got to play at different times and everything like that because he was a popular person in the community, I guess, so it's okay. You can be sure Clayton, garbage bag in his pocket, getting sick in between matches. You know what I mean? Losing my hair. I had to wear that hat for 2 years, waiting for my hair to grow back. Do you think they ever delayed a tournament for me to wait for when I was feeling better for my match? They fucking sure did not. I would say that's cheating and not fair. It was a nice thing to do. Sure, it was nice of the staff was so considerate of him being sick. I can't play my matches right now. Let me play them later. And the two examples that I think really directly involve me that whenever I fucking think about this shit is, which one should I do first? Fuck. Oh, so one of the last tournaments I ever entered, you know what I mean, before I quit video games, sick as fuck, blah, 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 before my surgery. There's that big Guilty Gear tournament on the East Coast, right? And me and friends weren't even necessarily going for the tournament, right? We were going to visit a friend, but they're having the tournament, so kind of like a kill two birds with one stone kind of thing. And that was that tournament where like, oh, Marn and Combo Fiend were considered the best in America in Guilty Gear, all this kind of bullshit. It's when Steve H was there. Steve H was the next hot Kai, supposedly in Guilty Gear, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, Clayton, whatever. We went there, and, I won the entire tournament without losing a single round. And Marn and Combo Fiend didn't even get second. They didn't get third. Steve H ended up getting third. But what was shady about the tournament was, hey, like I said, fuck, dude. I'm telling you, this fucking chest thing, man. You know what I mean? Fuck, man. Losing my fucking train of thought even. So, okay, we didn't go there necessarily for the tournament, right? So we had a pretty strict itinerary that we had to be out of there by Sunday at a certain time, right? And so before I was already in the finals, it was supposed to be my friend and this guy. Again, my friend actually got second at it, right? Crazy, right? Supposed to be Steve H and my friend for second, right? Steve H supposedly couldn't play. He had to go get something to eat before he played, or else he could not play. You know what I mean? We're like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? We're trying to get out of here, dude. We got a fucking, flight to catch, right? Anyway, long story short, the dude left for like fucking 3 hours. And the tournament organizer just did not want to fucking cancel him. And it's like, dude, what are you fucking doing, dude? You know what I mean? Like, you fucking disqualified this guy, right? This is fucking bullshit. He's like, oh no, he's telling me he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back. Whatever. Finally, and he come back like 3 hours later, whatever it was. Came back, got beat. Me and my friend played our finals real quick, and we just left. Like, we couldn't stay around or anything because we had to go catch a fucking flight. That fucking shit is cheating, right? You know, I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, I can't play right now. Let me go actually practice somewhere. Or maybe this guy's playing good. Let me wait for him to get cooled down. That was some fucking bullshit. And I won that fucking tournament sick as fuck too, right? Not as sick as this next tournament, I'm going to tell you that, right? So this other tournament, and I was saying, and this is the tournament where I actually legitimately collapsed at and people stole my shit, right? So that was that Chicago tournament, right? And this tournament is always funny to me because this is such a great example of, you can see, if you actually like use your brain, you can see the lies the community tells, right? So people will try to say that George was the best in the Midwest, whatever, Midwest, East Coast of Guilty Gear at this time, right? And people are like, oh, no one could beat George all the time. Let's just forget all the tournaments that Clayton has been beating George all the times at. Like, I guess the tournaments Clayton win, they don't count. If you win Clayton, the tournament doesn't count. I'm still the best. Doesn't matter if you beat me all the time. Anyway, so that tournament, if you recall, if you're old enough, I was very sick. I remember at one point, there was a lunch break for the tournament even. And man, we went to KFC and I remember I was just fucking popping pills because I was getting really completely fucked up. So we come back after the lunch break, right? And these motherfuckers knew I was sick, right? And I had to verse George, right? And I'm like, okay, let's play. We just had the lunch break. George sees that I'm sick, and all the Chicago guys know that I'm sick while they're running this tournament. I'm like, oh yeah, can we just go smoke before we play? And it's like, dude, what are you talking about? We just had this lunch break. These motherfuckers left for hours, dude. No, they left the camp like 2-3 hours later, right? Are you fucking kidding me? And by that time, I was super fucked up, right? And completely out of it. George beats me. And again, this is why I was saying, and all the Chicago guys went crazy because he finally beat me. Oh my God, we finally beat the evil final showdown. The evil Clayton, we finally beat him. Now, why the fuck would all these guys go crazy if George was actually the best and actually winning like they said? Does that make any sense? Don't you think they went crazy because someone finally fucking beat me? Doesn't that make more sense? And isn't it strange that we just had a lunch break, come back, they couldn't play their match when it was me versus him. They had to wait another 2-3 hours before they could play me when they knew I was sick. And it's also funny, people try to forget that this is the tournament that after that, I collapsed and they stole my stuff. People still joke about that even. It's fucking disgusting, right? I literally collapsed at the tournament and a friend found me on the floor and they had to take me to the emergency room because they didn't want to do it. And the community tried to spread this story that, oh, Clayton had never smoked weed before when I have a weed card. Are you fucking kidding me? Isn't that an amazing... And like I said, you can go look it up. The community jokes about leaving me for dead, stealing all my stuff when I was passed out. And they try to say, oh, Clayton never smoked weed before, even though what happened earlier in the tournament? They saw that I was sick and they literally delayed the tournament to wait till I got sick enough that someone could finally fucking beat me. They just kind of don't you think that's a little bit weird? And that's something definitely that, and again, I guess that's something that wouldn't happen nowadays when you think about it because, things are more streamlined and streamed and things are supposed to happen on time. But that is definitely something, people running a monopoly, making different rules for how they can play. Oh, I can't play tonight. I told that one fucking Flash Metroid story. That story was fucking ridiculous. That motherfucker made me beat him 3 times in a row before he finally agreed that he lost. Kept saying the matches didn't count where I beat him. Tournament organizer did nothing. Can you imagine if that happened? Beat him twice in a row. Oh, nothing. Twice in a row, nothing. Oh, finally beat him again. Okay, I agree that I lost. I'll leave. And the motherfucker was still talking shit. Stuff that wouldn't happen nowadays, but that kind of shit happened back when I was playing, man. That's like, I even remember when you're talking about even specifically like a local tournament or something like that, there used to be like, oh, we're coming with my group of friends, so you can't play the tournament now. We're going to purposely be late. Oh, the tournament starts at Oh God, I don't fucking remember. I'm so old now. I don't remember. When did tournaments start back then? I feel like they started during the evening, maybe. I don't fucking remember. Right? If it was a local tournament, it's probably something like the evening or mid-afternoon or some bullshit. I don't fucking remember. But, you know, like, oh, these guys are coming. Like, oh, yeah, we'll be there on time. It's like, oh, we're just going to be 2 hours late. And since it's a local tournament and you might only have like 20 people or something, it's like, well, fuck. Now we got to delay the tournament for you so we can actually have some people and someone can actually win some fucking money. You know, people would fucking do that shit. And fucking shady as fuck. But that was back in the day. I always think, like, how are ways that people used to cheat in tournaments back then? Giving special rules and special, you know, monopoly collusion with people back in the day. That shit was complete bullshit. And you can be sure, like I said, these motherfuckers, I never got any fucking thing easy. These motherfuckers were always praying to God that I would lose anything to let me lose. Make me lose, I should say. But anyway, remember, if you like the videos, like, sub, silly, comment, share. Support the channel if you want. Support the old man glasses. The end.